welcome. I don't know when you're watching this. I don't know if it's in the morning, so good morning. If it's afternoon, good afternoon. If it's night, good evening. And if it's all of them, good brunch, if you can't figure it out. Y'all, I'm so excited about this Women's History Month, and I don't care when you're watching this. I don't know if this might be your first time catching one of these episodes, but let me tell you, the nuggets and the knowledge are being dropped like fire, and you better have your pen, your paper. There's nothing else that I can tell you. But first, let me tell you how all of this came about. I was talking and I did an interview with another one of my colleagues, and God just dropped in my spirit. We need to showcase Christian business owners, female business owners, to show their greatness, because a lot of times we need services, we want services, and we really want to work with women and Christian women, but we don't know how to contact them. And so God said, I want you to do 50 women. I said, you want me to do 50 women? Now, those of you that know, my superpower is being a visionary. So I can usually see the big picture of everything that we do. I see the picture and I'm like, yes, let's do it. And I don't think about what it's going to take to make it to the destination. I don't think about how much gas I got to put in the car. I really don't plan all of that out. I mean, I do eventually, but all I know is this is where I got to go. And then when I started looking at the schedule, I said, I got to schedule all these people. I got to work it in their schedule. And God said, you're going to do what I told you to do, and we're going to figure that out. And that's exactly what we've done. So I want you to enjoy them. Anytime you see something with the hashtag 50 women entrepreneurs, Christian women entrepreneurs, I need you to go ahead, look for that hashtag and put that hashtag in so you can catch all the episodes, because I promise you, you are not going to want to miss them. You want to catch them and be able to be in that space with them, because I'm telling you, you will learn a lot. You're going to find, you know what also I'm going to tell you, and I'm saying this with a straight face, who God has told you to connect to is going to be one of these 50 women. If not one, it might be 2 or 3. But your team probably will be built through these 50 women. And I guess I'm prophesying that to you, or I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. Yes, that's what I did. Your team is going to be built off what you see through these 50 women. I'm trying to tell you. So you better take note. Well, all right. I'm getting ready to pull up somebody you probably going to need on your team, because we do some of the same thing. And let me go ahead and put this caveat out there. It don't matter that somebody else does what you do. It's awesome. It's great. Number one, you can learn from them. Number two, their audience is not your audience. Number three, it still means it does not mean that you cannot collaborate and make it something bigger, because that's what we are here for. And out of all these good people in the world, trust me, that person can't serve all of them, and you can't either. I just thought I'd put that out there. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring my new girlfriend in my brain, in my mind, honey, because look, y'all better get ready, because I'm just telling y'all, I done told everybody I'm connecting with them some kind of way in this good future. Well, all right, guys, I want to introduce you to Miss Joylynn. Hey, girl.
Hey, sister friend. Yes, go on and prophesy that too.
Yes.
How are you, Coach Deborah?
I am awesome. I'm so glad that you accepted the call, the invitation to join us through this journey that we are taking. I'm just elated that you found it not robbery to come and just hang out with your girl for a little while, and and to just chat with the people. Now, I want you to do. Go ahead and tell the people who you are, what path to publishing really does, because she was telling me, y'all, and I was getting excited. I was like, whoo, no, let me tell you what I told her. I'm joining the team. I don't care what you're doing. I'm gonna be there. I don't care if I'm look, wait, let me tell y'all how crazy I am. I said, you gonna have me on the platform. I'm gonna be speaking at this thing. I don't care what you do. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell the people who you are and what you do.
You know what? I believe in, it's on the screen who I am, but what's more important is how I help you. Okay, not even about my name. This don't got to be cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Look, People don't care about your name. In society we live in, people want to know, how can you help me? How can you help me? And so that's what I really want you to focus on. Not the arrogant Google me, but to find out all that other stuff with Joylynn Ross and any accolades, awards, and all that. Go on and Google that. But right now, what I do is change the trajectory of your life based on your story. I'm a master literary educator, educating you how to take your words and sculpt them into literary art so that it not only brings awareness to your brand, customers to your business, but so that it also allows you to live a life of abundance. Because when you can relay your story, what you need, what you want, the king has people out there in position, and it don't take money. It don't take money. Now, it might take somebody else's money, but that's just how special you are. He has people in position, in place to help you get those things you need. That is what I do. That is the most important thing, is how I can help you and how I can serve you. And that is what we do at Path to Publishing. Yes, we're an author assistance company, a literary service provider. We look like we're just here to help people write, publish, distribute, market, and sell books, but we do all of that. But it's truly about your story, getting to the core of who you are, getting to the core of your business, getting to the core of your actual book, but getting to the heart and soul of you so that you can connect to the heart and soul of your book, of your business, so that your book and your business can connect to the heart and the soul of the people who need it, the people who need you. So
That is amazing. Now, you said something that I say all the time, and it's about telling your story. And I want you to share from your perspective. Why
mhm,
is it so important for us to tell our stories? Because sometimes people think, oh, they don't want to hear nothing about me.
mhm.
My life is not that glamorous. My life is not that important. But why is telling your story so important?
Let me just go on and say misery loves company, and that's not a negative thing. When you can give misery company, you can save a life. Okay? You can save a life when somebody knows, darn, they are exactly where I'm at, or they've been where I'm at, but they made it. Whether your story is beneficial business wise, financial wise, for business developmental and growth, personal developmental and growth, spiritual developmental and growth, financial development and growth, your story is somebody else's portion. Okay. So, in other words, somebody's starving because of you if you're not sharing your story.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be misery. It doesn't have to be all bad things. I've worked with clients and authors. One author in particular, she wanted people to be able to reconnect to her happy. So what she did is she took all of her happy journal entries and she turned those into a book so that you are uplifted and reminded about the joy of life on every day of your life, because it's like the Wizard of Oz. We get to focus on what we want to focus on, and it's not always about the destination. Okay, they wrapped up Dorothy's destination in all of what, 5 minutes? She got home in 5 minutes. It was about that journey, and on that journey, you can choose to focus on the lions and tigers and the bears, or you can choose to focus on that bright yellow brick road or those beautiful ruby red slippers. But what you lean on are those co-conspirators, okay? Those scarecrows, those tin men, that like that's you lean on them for their faith, for their support, for their stories, for them to be able to understand your story, because everyone has a story. And it's not about you, which means it's not about what you think. It's not about whether or not you think nobody wants to hear my story. Does anybody? It's not about you. Again, it's somebody else's portion. You were put on this earth, on this planet, to serve, to go about a journey, so that those things you experience and you learn on your journey, you can feed to someone else. You can share with someone else, no matter how minute you may think it is. I had a client who wanted to write a 30-page ebook on how she grew her hair. Okay, do you know what this did for the self-esteem for so many women? A 99-cent ebook. But had she said, don't nobody care about how I grew my hair, a 30-page ebook for 99 cents, who knew it was going to save lives? Because
Wow.
this is our crown, honey. We queens now. This is our crown. So don't underestimate that story within you.
You know, that was amazing because, and I think you said it from a perspective that I really, really like. And you talked about how this lady took her personal and turned it into something. And she took these journal entries. This other young lady had to have a journal entry and probably didn't call it a journal entry on how to grow her hair. So this is what we like to call reusing material, or and it's like some of you have your book already written and don't even realize it.
I read Joe's book on Facebook. Stop playing.
Exactly. Exactly. And you know, I had a client and I kept telling, she was like, I got the right. I said, girl, you done told your whole story when you doing these lives. I said, go ahead, let's repurpose this content that you have, and you can have a very strong book. And I'm like, that's a great jump start. So how important, or why is repurposing a great tool when we're looking at, especially when we're getting ready to write our first book, that first thing that we're gonna drop? Why not repurpose some material you already have?
Exactly. I mean, don't always think you have to reinvent the wheel when you can roll with the one that already exists. Now, you might need to pimp it out a little bit, put some little, pimp it out, put some reflectors and all that. Might want a little basket on the handlebar. But we tell our stories constantly. Our blogs, okay? Again, our journals, our social media posts. I see some of you who get up and pray for other people every single day on social media. You can take those prayers and you can bless the masses, because let me tell you, we all have put out that post that, expressing something or sharing even one of our isms or affirmations, our testimonies, and it got tons of shares and likes. I mean, it was changing lives. But then where did it go? It went down that feed. Who's it saving now? Who is it helping now? I tell people all the time, 9 times out of 10, your book is written. You're doing a podcast, that's an audio book. Transcribe it into a book. We are sharing our stories, what we want people to know anyway, every day on some magnitude, even if it's in our mastermind groups. Even if it's in something more personal, a AA group or some type of addiction group, we are sharing those stories. We're documenting this journey. We can be living legacies and we can leave a legacy. Okay. Wow. We're living. And I hear people say that all the time when I'm working with authors, writers, content creators. I work with a lot of businesses and organizations. I'm a certified MBE, minority business enterprise. So we work with a lot of business and corporations and companies, a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, and CEOs, because storytelling, again, is how you bring awareness to your brand. It's how you educate people about not only who you are, but about what you do, how you do it, why you do it, and why you keep doing it. I mean, really getting to the core of that. So we all, if we really honestly believe nobody wanted to hear our story or know our story, it'd be mum's the word. We wouldn't even speak. We wouldn't even engage in conversations. No need to be humble. We don't have time to be humble when we're here on mission and assignment and to serve. We don't have time to be humble when we have information, tools, resources, systems, and strategies, again, that can change the trajectory of someone's life, that can touch someone, that can alter someone's life, that can save someone's life. We don't have time to be humble. Okay. And being humble don't mean being quiet. Don't get those two mixed up. So if you've got something to share, okay, this is about reciprocity. Give. I know, like, Coach Deborah said on this, people are dropping a lot of gems. In every situation I'm in, I like to feel as though I'm both the student and the teacher, that we can all learn from one another, teach one another. Whether I did everything right and you did everything wrong, there's something we can learn. Because one of the things that the most successful people in the world, they did everything right after they did everything wrong. So whether you're going to teach me what not to do or what to do, teach me, share.
Baby, you said a whole lot right there. That was like a wait a minute, wait my class. Because reciprocity is key and failure is key to success. And a lot of times people don't want to realize that you have to keep trying. You got to keep trying. And nobody said when your hit was gonna hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, you killing it over there. And it's like, that is so amazing because you tapped into some things that, especially as new authors, as new people entering into this genre, your first book might not be like some of these people and it's a bestseller. Don't let that discourage you. Just keep doing what you got to do. And it's like, you said, and then one thing you also said, is that when we're talking about reciprocity, we were talking about repurposing. The Bible tells us that our gift will make room for us.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes now it's like, as I begin to talk to people, it's almost to the point, not only will our gift, but our pain and our success will make room for us. And that's something I think is very, very key, especially as we enter into these platforms in these new arenas.
And what's very key is defining your own personal measure of success. What does it look like on you? What's it going to feel like to you, taste like to you, smell like to you? What is your personal measure of both success and when I'm talking with authors, literary success, as well as financial literary success. But like I said, I work with a lot of business owners as well. And you have to be able to define your own personal measure of success. What systems and strategies are going to work for you to allow you to get to that measure? Now, we can watch, and I'll use the word competition for industry standard terms, but I'm all about collaborating. I'm not about the competing. I'm all about complimenting and connecting, things of that nature. But for industry standards, when you're looking at the competition, you should be doing so to learn, to do that market research. You might need to put in that business plan, that pitch deck for an investor or a sponsor or what have you. But when you're looking at them, it's not to mock them, because let me tell you, in anything you decide to do, again, whether you're an author, want to write, or you're just in business, the hardest thing that you can ever do is try to be who you want people to think you are versus who you really are. So don't get all hype and excited or even depressed and discouraged, because you might be looking at the next person, not knowing their story, going back to storytelling, comparing yourself to them. You could very well be comparing your planting season to their harvest.
Wow. Girl, we done ran out of time. You done ran out of time, because you about to take me all the way in over here. I'm about to run up in here, because you are saying so I mean, what you're saying is so good, because especially when you just said your planting time might be their harvest. So in other words, what you comparing yourself to, you don't know how much they had to plant to get there. And oh my God, that is so powerful. So we got to get this closed out. I got one more question to ask you, and then we're going to talk about how the people can connect with you, how they can work with you. This last question: When you hear Church Girl CEO, what does that mean to you?
Oh, when I first see Church Girl CEO, I'm like, okay, that's my queen bossing up for the kingdom, bossing up for the kingdom, for the body of Christ, which we all make up the body of Christ. We are the church, okay? Let's get that clear. Okay, the church is beyond the four walls. The church is the body. The church is in us. So when I hear that, when I see that, that's the first thing I think. Oh, I'm about to connect with a queen bossing up for the kingdom. Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So share with them how they can work with you, how they can be a part of what you're doing.
Okay, I'm on social media, and I will be honest and transparent. I have an amazing team of social media consultants and content creators. So they pretty much work my social media for my Joylynn Ross. But Path to Publishing, we're on all the platforms under Path to Publishing. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn. You can visit our website, path2publishing.com. It's TO, not the numeral. So path2publishing.com, www.pathtopublishing.com. And again, we are more than an author assistance and literary service provider. We have an annual conference each year. We have the Act Like an Author, Think Like a Business conference. It's going to be this April in the still fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm sorry, we moved that to July because we're going to do a Spring Forward in Abundance retreat in April in Las Vegas. But we are going to do our Act Like an Author conference in July. We're going to do our Fall Back in Love to Move Forward in Abundance conference in Paris, France in September. So visit the Path to Publishing homepage, sign up for our newsletter, and we can be sure to just hit your inbox with valuable information, resources, and tips on writing, the craft in the business, the publishing process, and just life, your business overall. You don't have to be a writer, an author, or a content creator for us to really help you with growth in your business, whatever that may be, or in your life and in your servitude.
Oh my God. I just don't even know what to say. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so excited about connecting with you. I'm so excited for you just joining us on this day. And well, guys, y'all know we gotta go. And I'm just speechless. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. And y'all know that ain't easy to do for me. Well, guys, I hope you are enjoying this series. But we got to go. So you already know I love you to life. It ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great one. Peace.